Attention, the following broadcast has been approved by Outcasted OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This week's Friday Night Smackdown on a Friday evening. You're getting a Friday Night Smackdown review on a Friday evening. If you did not know, Smackdown was held live in Germany, in Berlin earlier this evening at a 6 p.m. start for the UK, ahead of tomorrow, Saturday's pay-per-view Bash in Berlin, which is also starting at 6 p.m. for the UK fans, which is great. It's nice to be able to watch Smackdown on a Friday evening and upload the review on a Friday evening instead of a Saturday morning, but we love that. You do notice I am not doing it in natural lighting because I am recording this at like 10 p.m. UK time, but that's okay. Let's get into the Smackdown. Let's get into the things that happened before the final. This is the final show before Bash in Berlin tomorrow, so let's get into the antics and the things that happened leading up to the matches tomorrow. So first off, we start with LA Knight. He makes his way down to the ring and he open challenges. He sets an open challenge for the United States Championship, and we are greeted by none other than Ludwig Kaiser, Germany's own. He is from Hamburg, Germany. So it's great to see them using some of the local talent that come out of Germany to the WWE. So this is great. So we have LA Knight versus Ludwig Kaiser for the United States Championship in the open challenge that LA Knight sets. They do have a bit of a back and forth promo between each other. Ludwig is going on about how when he beats LA Knight, he's going to turn into the National European Championship, not the United States Championship. And then he goes on to say a few other things, and LA Knight's like, good for Gunther's stooge, but I won't let you win it, basically. That's what he says. In short, he's like, I won't let you win it. This is my championship. So we then go into the match between LA Knight and Ludwig Kaiser. They are circling each other in the ring to start with. They're just like staring each other down. Nothing's really going on. So there is a lot of back and forth to begin with between the two. No real life hard hitting moves. They're just grabbing each other's arms and twisting and hitting on the head and holding in a headlock. Nothing's really going on. Nobody really has control of the match. Ludwig, I will get this. I might just start calling him Kaiser or LK, you know. LK flips LA Knight into a head submission on the floor, which LA Knight eventually managed to come out of. They then end up down by the announce table. LA Knight throws Ludwig back first into the apron off the side of the ring. After this happens, Ludwig gets up and he rams LA Knight head first into the apron, into the side of the ring, and then picks him up and throws him face down into the steel stairs. That looked pretty painful. I hate seeing them when they throw them into the steel stairs because that just makes me like cringe. So Ludwig then jumps up into the ring and goes out the other side by where the ramp is, and he does like a running sprint all the way around the outside of the ring and hits himself legs first into LA Knight, who is sat back up against the steel stairs. So you've got LA Knight back against the steel stairs, Ludwig round the ring sprinting legs first into LA Knight. That looked painful, like literally looked painful. So then we've got Ludwig with punches to LA Knight. LA Knight with some punches back to Ludwig, back and forth between the two of them, punches after punches. Back down by the announce table we go. LA Knight grabs Ludwig and he slams his head into the announce table. We can hear the crowd going, yeah, every single time LA Knight throws his head into the announce table, and we get a total of 10. Ludwig's head is thrown 10 times into the announce table. And then he rolls Ludwig back up into the ring and hits a neck breaker into a top rope elbow drop. He goes for cover, but Ludwig manages to kick out of that cover. He literally has just had his head bounced off the announce table 10 times, a neck breaker and top rope elbow drop, and he still manages to kick out. What even is this? So LA Knight kicks Ludwig into the corner and hits him with a running knee to the face. LA Knight then goes for a clothesline but actually misses it and missed a clothesline to Ludwig. He bounces off the ropes and goes back into a knee drop from Ludwig. Ludwig goes for the cover on LA Knight, but LA Knight manages to kick out of this one. Ludwig picks up LA Knight on his back. LA Knight then counters and drops down off Ludwig's back and goes for punches. There is back and forth between the two. LA Knight picks up Ludwig and body slams him into the ground mid-ring. LA Knight attempts to go for a BFT, but Ludwig counters this and rolls up LA Knight instead. So he like hits back and rolls LA Knight up. LA Knight does actually kick out of this roll up. Ludwig goes for a clothesline to LA Knight, then a kick. LA Knight goes for the BFT again, but Ludwig pushes him off and into the ropes. As he does this, LA Knight bounces back into him, and Kaiser goes for a Kaiser roll. He covers, but LA Knight manages to kick out of that. So I thought the Kaiser roll was really cool, the way that he like bounced him in and does like a jump roll. It was pretty cool to watch. I can't say I've ever seen him like so smoothly do that before. LA Knight goes with the knee to the back of Ludwig and then a power slam into the BFT. He covers Ludwig. 1, 2, 3. LA Knight is still our United States champion, which was really, really cool. I love the fact that he did an open challenge for it. I love the fact that a German wrestler came out to answer it. It's nice that they do that. But yeah, I thought that was really cool, and I can't wait to see where this goes next, whether they go for a second match or whether LA Knight moves on to someone else or someone else moves on to LA Knight. Who knows where this is going to go. Okay, so we move on to our next match for this evening, which I was very surprised at. We have Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin tag teaming against Angel and Humberto of Legado del Fantasma. Of course, we have Santos Escobar and Elektra Lopez. Elektra Lopez? Is that her name? Elektra. She is... Why does Elektra Lopez sound like a movie character? Why do I feel like... I've got her name completely wrong, but anyway, we have the other two from Legado del Fantasma ringside. So we start with Apollo Crews and Humberto in ring. There's nothing going on. They are literally jumping over each other, bouncing off the ropes, going under each other, bouncing off the ropes, flipping over each other. Nobody touches contact for a good 30 seconds, to which Apollo Crews manages to drop kick Humberto after he bounces off the ropes into him. So after the drop kick, Crews hits a vertical suplex to Humberto, covering him, but Humberto manages to kick out. Crews then goes and tags in Baron Corbin. They throw a couple of punches between each other, Humberto and Baron Corbin. However, Humberto works his way over to his corner and he tags in Angel. Attempting a double clothesline to Corbin, Angel and Humberto are failed with a countering double clothesline to them from Baron Corbin, which I thought was really cool, because the way they did it, it was like they go for the double clothesline, like 2 arms onto Baron Corbin, but he manages to counter over it, but they catch him, flip him onto the ropes, he jumps back over, bounces into the ring, and then double clotheslines like onto Angel and Humberto, which I thought was really, really cool. Angel is then... So he hits the double clothesline to Angel and Humberto. Angel corners Baron Corbin, jumps to mid-ropes and starts punching Angel in the head. So Corbin has jumped to the mid-ropes and he started punching Angel in the head after cornering him. He goes for about 8 hits to the head, and we see Humberto then slide underneath and he knocks Baron Corbin's leg off the rope and Corbin falls down. We are back up in Humberto and Angel's corner, tag corner. Humberto is tagged in and he's going for punches to Corbin, as well as as well as Angel. Humberto comes in, he covers Corbin. Corbin insta-kicks out. There is no count there. He is literally kicked out. Corbin throws Humberto over the top rope. Both Angel and Cruz in ring. Apollo Crews throws Angel outside of the ring to where Humberto was thrown over. So you now see Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews stood in ring and Humberto and Angel outside, like at the end of the ramp. We then see Corbin help launch Apollo Crews over the ropes onto Angel and Humberto on the floor. So Apollo Crews runs back, bounces off the rope towards Corbin, who lifts him over onto Angel and Humberto on the floor, which was really cool to see. Okay, so back in the ring, we see both Angel and Humberto tag teaming up on Apollo Crews. They are going for it, punches to Crews. Eventually, Crews manages to tag in Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin comes in with elbows and running knees to both Humberto and Angel. Corbin goes for a cover on Humberto, who is the legal partner for that team at the moment. But Angel manages to jump on top and break that cover. Apollo Crews is then tagged back in and he hits a crossbody to Angel, followed by a German suplex. Humberto hits a springboard kick to Crews, but Corbin then throws Humberto into the corner. Angel takes out Corbin. Angel and Crews collide in the mid-ring and we just have all four of them like out mid-ring, like none of them are moving. Corbin then does get thrown out of the ring by the announce table and we see Elektra jump up on the ringside to distract the ref. So you've got Corbin out on the floor by the ring table. I'm not entirely sure where Angel is. He's somewhere over that way too. And then we've got Apollo Crews, Humberto in the back corner and the ref stood in front of Apollo talking to Elektra, who's up ringside. Obviously with the ref being distracted, Santos decided to get involved. He stands up, he picks Baron Corbin up and throws him headfirst into the steel stairs. Humberto then has chance to get up and roll Apollo Crews from behind as Elektra's getting down off the ramp and the ref is taking note again. So he rolls up Apollo Crews from behind, but Apollo Crews manages to kick out. Crews is then climbing up the ropes, mid-rope outside. Humberto is then climbing up the ropes on the inside. So you've got Humberto on the inside of the ring and Apollo Crews on the outside. They're both climbing up the ropes. He pulls Crews over the ropes and into the ring, slamming him onto the mat. He tags in Angel, hits what they call an MTY, and they go for the cover. Angel goes for the cover on Apollo Crews. 1, 2, 3. Legado del Fantasma take the win on this one, which was very interesting. Legado del Fantasma seems to be getting the wins a lot at the moment, which is really cool to see. Like, they are a heel faction and yeah, that's how this stuff goes on. Okay, so we move on to our next segment for this evening and we are greeted by Nick Aldis stood in the ring and he's like, it's great to be in Berlin, you know, we love going around the world, etc, etc. And he goes on then to show a little footage of some clips and pictures from the last week of live WWE live tours that they've done across Germany. So they had Raw, wherever Raw was, and then they flew to Germany and did a week's long worth of WWE live tours leading up to Bash in Berlin this weekend. So they show some clips and some pics from the few cities that they went to along the tour. And then he thanks the WWE Universe and he says, let's get into what we're all here for. And that is obviously the match against Cody and Kevin Owens, which is happening tomorrow at Bash in Berlin. So they're going to have a little face-off, not like a face-off, like a promo-off in the ring. So Cody and Kevin Owens both make their way down to the ring. Kevin goes, so Cody, what do you want to talk about? And then he's like, haha, you get it, because you always open with, what do you want to talk about? Yeah, no, yeah. And it's a bit of an awkward moment there. So Kevin is like, do you want to talk about what happened last week to your knee in the live tour? And then Cody goes on to be like, no, nothing's happened, my knee's fine. Instead, let's talk about last week, you and I beating Grayson Waller and Austin Theory as a team. That was great. But at the end, you handed me my bout, and it looked like to a lot of people, if I hadn't have turned around at the point I turned around, you was going to hit me in the back with that bout. KO said all the people he has turned on in the past deserved it, except Kofi, and he apologised to Kofi for turning on him. And he's like, me and you, Cody, you know, we have a good relationship, we have good what's going on, we're friends. Why would I turn on you? Why would I do that to you? It's not fair. I'm here for a fight, you know, as friends, you know. And then Cody goes on to say, Kevin Owens might be mad at him because he gets more credit than Kevin Owens does. You know, people look at Cody and they're like, wow, Cody, wow. They look at Kevin Owens and they're like, oh, Kevin Owens. And then Kevin Owens points out Cody's knee again, and he's like, I've had people messaging me all week after the live show saying Cody's limping. Cody's leg's not doing well. Cody's sitting in his trailer for ages. Cody's seeing medical. And when you come out, you didn't do your little knee thing on your entrance like you normally do. And he's really pointing out how Cody isn't using his knee and how it isn't 100%. And then he goes on to say, Kevin Owens goes on to say, this time yesterday marks the 8-year anniversary of me winning the Universal Championship. And then he goes on to say a bit about his title reign and how people said he didn't deserve it, and that it was just because Triple H wanted him to have it, or because, I don't know. But like, he goes on to say a bit about his title reign as Universal and how it wasn't great, and how he didn't get the respect he deserved. He was like, so if you don't come into this match 100% tomorrow, Cody, with that knee, I will win. And what happens then? What happens to us? What happens to our friendship? Cody goes on to say his knee is 100%, and that Kevin Owens is just mad. Cody took away his spotlight at WrestleMania 38 when he had his big match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. So we had Stunner versus Stunner, Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. And with Cody's return at that WrestleMania, he took away the spotlight from that match of Kevin Owens' career. So that's why he will be mad at him. And he was like, Kevin, if I beat you, not if, when I beat you tomorrow at Bash at Berlin, will we still be friends? Will we still be friends after all this? And then Kevin Owens kind of stares down Cody for a few seconds, throws his mic to the floor, whispers something in Cody's ear, and walks off. I really want to know what he whispered in Cody's ear, because, man, I need to know. I hate when they do that, when they whisper something in their ear and you don't know what they say, because we all just want to know what they say. But I am very, very excited for this match tomorrow. I like when it's friend gives a friend a title opportunity, but it doesn't quite go how they want it to go, because realistically, Cody sees it as he's doing Kevin Owens a favour by putting him in the title picture. But Kevin Owens wants to win, but Cody doesn't want him to win. I don't know. I just like it. I just like how that goes. So for our next match this evening, we had the 100th time Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. A joke. It's the 4th time we've had this. We've seen this match multiple times in the past few weeks. Andrade has won 2, Carmelo has won 1. Carmelo has now won 2, they are 2 for 2, so I can definitely see a 5th match coming from this to decide who is the better person or who is the on top person. I'm not going to lie, I haven't wrote any notes down for this match because it was literally the same as we have seen for the past 3 weeks. Their movesets, you know, we've spoke about this on the past 3 podcast, like SmackDown review episodes. So it was a standard Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes match. Carmelo did come out on top for this one, so they are now 2-2. So I can definitely see a 5th match coming in this series to decide who is the overall winner. So we go on to our main event for this evening, which is a street fight, a women's street fight, which I was really excited about, which is Michin versus Nia Jax at WWE Women's Champion and Queen of the Ring. So we start this match with Nia makes her way down to the ring, and then Michin comes out. She is pushing along a trolley full of tools, bins, kendo sticks, chairs, all inside this shopping cart trolley. She's pushing it down to the ring. She's coming for a fight and she is ready. She knows what Nia is and she is ready. Michin jumps straight in the ring where Nia is, and she doesn't even take a second to think about anything. She's got a kendo stick in hand. She's attacking Nia with that kendo stick. Boom, 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 boom. They fall out of the ring, the pair of them, and Nia takes the kendo stick from Michin and she starts attacking Michin with the kendo stick. After this, Michin back in ring. Michin goes for a cover to Nia, but Nia kicks out. Michin jumps down then, and she's getting a table out from under the ring. She's getting a chair out. She's getting more kendo sticks out. She's like, I know what Nia is capable of, so I need all the tools ready and at hand so I can come at Nia when I need to. Nia comes down out of the ring to where Michin is pulling this table out. She hits Michin a couple of times and pushes her out the way. Nia pushes that table back under the ring. She's like, we're not doing this. We're not getting tables out. Michin jumps up. She kicks Nia out of the way and she's pulling that table back out. So we've got like Michin who's like, I need this table, and Nia who's like, nope, no tables today. We then hit an ad break, and after we come back from the ad break, we can see Nia setting up a table in the mid-ring. And after she didn't want that table, she's now setting up that table. Nia goes to grab Michin, who sprays a fire extinguisher in Nia Jax's face. And then climbs up to the top rope and goes for a drop kick to Nia. I can imagine Nia can't see very well at this point. She's just had a fire extinguisher sprayed in her face. Yeah. Michin is then smashing bin lids off Nia Jax. Nia Jax is like, I can't see, like she has just been smoked in the face. So she's smashing these bin lids off Nia Jax. She goes for a tornado DDT to Nia Jax. She goes for cover, but Nia Jax manages to kick out. Michin sets up another table. She's setting up another table. She pulls out the legs. She leaves it like side on. She goes out of the ring and she grabs a bin, throws it over into the ring. She's like, I need more things. I know what I'm up against here. She's coming back into the ring. Nia is coming to her feet at this point. Michin is straightening up that table. She's lifting it onto the legs, putting it flat. She's got her back to Nia though, who is coming to her feet. So Nia instantly jumps up and she's hitting Michin in the back. And she slaps her a couple of times and then lies her down on the table that Michin has just set up. She's going to climb the ropes to what looks like annihilate Michin onto the table. However, Michin does manage to get up. She goes under Nia's legs and she grabs her and slams her down into the table from like the middle rope. They are both out then at this point. Like, we've got Nia who's just gone through a table, Michin who has just lifted Nia through a table. They need to catch their breath. So what better way other than hitting Tiffany Stratton's music, and Tiffany Stratton runs down to the ring. Okay, I thought she was going to cash in on Nia, or at least attempt to cash in on Nia, but she jumps in the ring and she starts hitting Michin with the briefcase on the back. She's going several times. She hits Michin with the briefcase in the back. Michin is down on the ground again. She's got the briefcase. She looks at Nia. She looks at the ref. She looks at Nia again and she's like, and Nia kind of opens her eyes, lay on the floor, and she's like, what are you doing? And then Tiff goes, no, 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 and she hits Michin again. And as she goes to hit Michin this time, she pulls Nia onto Michin for cover, but Michin does kick out. So Tiffany then pulls, She pulls Meechin to the side. She's jumping on the rope to do to do a moonsault, to do her prettiest moonsault ever. As she jumps onto the rope, we hear another music hit, and it is none other than Bayley. We haven't seen Bayley since SummerSlam, when she lost her title to Nia. So Bayley literally belts it down to the ring. She goes for Tiffany Stratton. She goes for a clothesline straight to Tiffany Stratton mid-ring. She pushes Tiff out the ring. She's going for a few punches, and she chases her off into the crowd. So we have seen Bayley and Tiffany disappear. We are back with Nia and Meechin in ring. So in ring, Meechin rolls Nia, but Nia kicks out. Meechin is kicking Nia. She jumps towards Nia after kicking her, but Nia catches her on her back. She goes for a Samoan drop to Meechin straight into the table that was set up against the like diagonally against the ropes. She hits a Samoan drop to Meechin into that table. As Nia stands up, she takes Meechin to the other side of the ring where there's no table or anything obstructing the ropes. She puts a pin on top of Meechin, lays her down, goes up the ropes, hits the Annihilator. 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax is still our WWE Women's Champion. So I loved this match. I thought it was great. I thought everything was going on was great. I thought the use of the materials was great. I thought both Nia, Meechin, Bayley and Tiff all put on a great show. However, I personally wasn't happy with that ending. Okay, yeah, put a bin lid on her, hit the Annihilator. It looks fabulous. But technically, Meechin's shoulders aren't on the floor because there's a bin between her and the floor. I don't know if that's just me being pedantic and picking at it, but to me personally, that wasn't a shoulders on the floor. So I don't know if other people feel the same about that. You'll have to let me know in the comments how you feel about that. Should Nia have won that way, or should she have pulled the bin lid off her and covered her then? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how other people will feel about this. I personally didn't agree with that. But yeah, that's how that match ended, and that is how Friday Night Smackdown ended this week ahead of Bash in Berlin tomorrow in Germany. So tomorrow, Bash in Berlin starts at 6 PM for the UK. I'm not sure what that equates to in American time, so you may just have to Google your local time and check. We have 5 matches, which is Gunther versus Randy for the World Heavyweight Championship, Cody versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Men's Championship, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. We have Liv and Dom versus Rhea and Damian in a mixed tag match. And then we have Unholy Union versus Bianca and Jade for the women's WWE tag team bouts. I am very excited for the pay-per-view tomorrow. It's going to be great. I will not be watching live. There will be no live watch-along with the Outcasted gang. Unfortunately, we have prior commitments. I have some family stuff going on in the day, which is not enabling me to watch it live, which is fine because family comes first. But I hope everybody really enjoys the pay-per-view. I hope you enjoyed the review. Before you go, hit that thumbs up, leave us a comment of your predictions below, subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you in the week for some more episodes and podcast things.